Hello, US. I know that you're feeling kind of heartbroken today. Half of the population is celebrating and the other half is in deep mourning. So let me tell you a little bit about myself because I've lived through this before. I have dual citizenship. I am an American citizen. I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, but I'm also a Venezuelan citizen. So Venezuela, you may not have heard of us too much, but yeah, I remember we had this leader that came to us about 25 years ago because he was going to make Venezuela great again. Let me tell you ahead of time what happens. So in his push for making the country great, he said he wanted more equality. So he removed wealth from the middle and lower class, and the rich got richer and everyone else just got poorer. So including my family. My family lost all of its properties, everything that my father worked for in over 50 years to build, gone overnight because he was making Venezuela great again. Secondly, he put anyone who disagreed with his political views in prison, which is exactly what Trump wants to do with anyone who has opposed him politically. So you can say goodbye to freedom of speech. We are now just like China. We are now just like Thailand. You better not speak against the government because there will be consequences. Bye, freedom of speech. Women's rights. Yes, women's rights, because abortion is somehow a Christian issue, but we have forgotten that the kids in Palestine also deserve to have had a life, and that wars is not a very Christian value, that somebody hiring prostitutes and cheating on their wives is also not a Christian value, that a felon that has committed 39 crimes, not a Christian value, but somehow Christians think that Jesus assigned him to this role. This is the level of craziness that we have gotten to. It's a shit show, America. This is the ultimate reality show. The LGBTQ community, the trans kids, the trans teenagers are going to have an extremely hard time with this administration because now their rights are going to be removed. Now Americans are going to be like the Venezuelans, looking for another place to live because the shit show is beginning. It's not just beginning, it's continuing. It's continuing because if you have an election where you have to choose between one party or the other because the other parties don't get the exposure or don't have the money to get the exposure, then you're caught between, do I choose genocide? Or do I choose, or do I choose somebody that is against wars and against all of this craziness? So imagine that. Choosing the lesser of two evils means that, well, you're choosing from evil number one or evil number two. Now you might have to work a little harder because, these politicians have pension plans that pays for their whole salaries the rest of their lives while you are scraping by to make sure that your 401k is not damaged in any way. So my dad used to say that every country gets the leader it deserves according to the values that the people have. So apparently our country, it's become very clear that the American dream is not a reality. It's not a reality. But I could be wrong because if you can be a felon that hires prostitutes, pays them off with 39 crimes, if you can be somebody that has sold secrets to other countries, that has created every business by conning people, that has filed for bankruptcy numerous times and still be president of the United States, I don't know if this is an American dream or officially an American nightmare. What can you do? What can you do to be a part of the resistance? Well, you can get up every morning, still take care of yourself, see your loved ones. You can love whomever you love, regardless of what your government says. It's none of their business. You can still enjoy your loved ones, eat a nice meal, because the government cannot take that away from you. So yes, I am evidence that a government can take everything away from you in terms of material things and money. But you know what they can't take away from you? Your integrity, because your integrity belongs to you. So I'm sorry, America, that we have to go through this shit show again with a Trump presidency. But at the end of the day, you are still president of your own life, and you can still make your own decisions to be happy. Realize that what the government has in plan for all of us sometimes directly goes against your happiness. So it's kind of time that we stop idolizing these false idols and start looking at ourselves and looking at our higher power, and make the decisions according to what brings us peace and what brings us happiness. Because the president and world governments, well, you can see what a great job they're doing. All right, guys, keep your head up, keep your chin up, and letting you know that this too shall pass.